I feel dishonored. I don't feel like my well-being is honored. I don't feel like my wisdom and experience is being honored. I also feel like I'm also single-handedly trying to protect the sanctity of what my grandpa would have wanted. It all makes me feel angry that he's the one that's gone.
These thoughts create so many feelings.
Right.
Thoughts create feelings, and then we take action from those feelings. Mm-hmm. So feelings create behavior. Mm-hmm. The mind is intense. The mind will hold on for dear life to its position. Mm-hmm. And if we're really aware and awake to what the mind is doing, we realize that it's hurting us way more than it's hurting anyone else. I'm Catherine, and welcome to The Spiritual Gem. The purpose of this podcast is to demystify the inner work, to normalize vulnerability as a measure of bravery, and to teach you the transformational tools so that you can shed the layers of anxiety, depression, unworthiness, self-doubt, and walk this planet with the lightness, the joy, the clarity that is your natural essence. In each episode, you'll meet one of my private clients as they reveal their deepest traumas, inner woundings, limiting beliefs, so that you can see in real time what it looks like to truly heal by going within and meeting these inner parts with the love, with the medicine that they need. It fills me with life having these paradigm-shifting conversations, and I'm so excited to have you here. Relaxing the outer eyes, taking a nice deep breath here. And for about 20 or 30 seconds here, just taking a pause. Just letting the dust settle with our energy. Expanding your awareness to the walls and space around you. And bringing your awareness to the root chakra, the base of your spine, your perineum. And taking a slow, deep breath up through your body, through your heart space, your throat, your head, all the way to your crown. Holding here, beginning to see a little ball of brilliant purple energy. And releasing. And again, on your own time, taking a nice, slow, deep breath all the way from the base of your spine through the chakra system, all the way up like you're sucking energy through a straw to the crown of your head. Seeing your crown chakra expand just a little bit more here. And release. And one more on your own time. Breathing this energy up through the body. And when you get to your crown chakra, seeing this energy source extend to the sky, like an open channel between you and the divine. And keeping this open channel even as you exhale. And in this space of connectedness, with divine support, noticing what comes in as an intention, as a focus for this session today. And breathing that intention, that focus into your heart space. And surrendering into the unfoldment of this time together, the unfoldment of life, knowing that the highest good for all concerned will come to fruition as it always does. And when you're ready, opening the eyes and taking a few moments to look around the space. Informing the nervous system that we're safe here. Yay. Hi. So what was it that came in for you?
It feels like a big word, but betrayal.
Yeah.
And I think it only feels like betrayal to me. It's family stuff. And an action was taken that I put up really strong boundaries with and really practiced like communication about, and just went unheard for a long time. And ultimately it's gotten to the decision I had to make recently, which was to cut out a couple of my family members.
Yeah.
For the time being, at least.
Which I'm sure wasn't easy or particularly comfortable.
No. And so I've noticed that I haven't really been talking a lot about it. I feel kind of a little bit like a broken record, but I also feel like misunderstood as well. And so I was like, I do need to figure out a way to like process this and like lift some heaviness about this situation off, because it's out of my control. It's done. And now I have to like kind of deal with the aftermath, and I don't really know how to do that.
Yeah. I think we can do a lot with this. I don't know any of the specifics here, because as always, we are just going into this as a mutual act of surrender and trust in life, that whatever comes forth is what is meant to come forth. I almost imagine it's like we have this big canvas between us and we're both like throwing paint and like creating this work of art together. That's how it feels for me. It's like this creative work of art.
I love that, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. And like showing up here, and I did have an idea of like, you know, this was kind of like what I wanted to focus on, because it's like this big looming thing.
Yeah.
And so like not knowing how it's going to turn out or what, you know, how I'm going to feel after this session, which is kind of exciting, actually, just based on our other sessions, just knowing that there will be some relief.
Yeah. And actually, I think it would be good to touch on a little bit about our other sessions, just for context for our listeners, if maybe they're just meeting you in this session and well, they're just meeting your face at least, because the other sessions were audio only, kind of like getting into the groove of coaching. And also want to celebrate you, number one, because I know there was a lot of like resistance to vulnerability. That was like the entire session that we had.
It was, since the beginning.
And if I remember correctly, it was like there was a part of you that was protecting a little version of you who felt like, I have the image still in my mind. It was like this protector. I almost saw her as like with like wings, like an angel protection, and this little one like kind of curling, feeling very tender, very emotional, but not feeling like she was safe to share her emotions or to let that be seen.
Right. And a lot, has happened since then, but I carry that image with me to this day too, of like just being able to identify those feelings when they come up, and then that image comes into my head and I'm able to like work from there instead of working from, you know, before we identified all of that, which is
we named her Xena, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't usually remember specifics of client sessions. But she was like, you will not touch her.
Yeah. You will not pass. Yeah. And I think because of that session and that imagery and that work, I was able to communicate a lot, and which has like kind of gotten me to where I am like right in this moment. So
now we talked about the session with Xena. There was a session before that. I believe that we were working with something around sexuality.
Yes. Yeah. Another little angel instance where that, you know, drew out into my adult decisions.
How do you feel like having those two coaching sessions has changed your life experience over the last few months? Do you notice a change? Do you notice like how you're reacting to things, or resisting or not resisting things? Do you notice anything with that?
The giant takeaway is I am so like in tune with myself. Like I can pinpoint how I'm feeling. I can express it either like just to myself or to somebody else. I can observe the feeling instead of fixating on it and feeding it. I can also observe my actions, like what I want to do versus like what's best for me. And it's just like, I think I mentioned this in one of our sessions, like, it's like I have two different thought bubbles now. It's like my initial reaction thought bubble, but like almost immediately I can like pull out of that and be like, that's ego, or that's whatever, that's from this experience. And it is so cool. It's very cool because
so freeing.
It is. And obviously it makes me realize like how disassociated I was from myself, like up until now, you know?
Well, and I would say identified with with yourself, identified with all of these different parts. And what I'm hearing now is you're like, oh, that's an aspect of me that feels scared, or that's an aspect of me that got developed in this past memory, rather than being like, that's me, and mistaking your inner aspects as the I.
Right. Exactly.
And in that space, that's why I always, in my coaching sessions, want to help my clients identify the parts that we're working with, because in that space, that's where the healing happens. That's where, I'm not going to react from that part. I'm going to respond from love, or from the capital S self, because I'm no longer confused of who the I is.
Right. That's a perfect way to put it. That's exactly how it's felt. Like, yeah. And it just feels like authentic too, and light.
Yeah. Yay. I love that. So good. So with this situation that you're bringing to this session today, you said that you feel a sense of betrayal, that you stated boundaries, or maybe had to state boundaries over time. And what I heard is that they weren't upheld on the other end. And then you had to make a big decision and say, well, you're no longer someone that I'm willing to have in my life if you're not able to show up in this kind of safe or loving or spacious way.
Yeah. I'm already getting,
Yeah.
it's just such a heaviness, like, on my soul.
Yeah.
Like right now. It's really tough.
Yeah. Where do you feel that tenderness?
Honestly, throughout my whole torso.
Yeah.
Like, even as we start to talk about it, like, I feel like each knot being like twisted in my stomach, and I feel like my heart's kind of like fluttering, and I'm starting to sweat a little bit. I'm starting to get like dysregulated.
Yeah.
Just with the thought of this.
Yeah. So let's close the eyes. Let's be with this energy. Let's take a breath. And dropping into the emotion, into the sensation here. And handing it the mic. What does it say?
The ground is like breaking up underneath me. It's definitely a joint feeling from my inner child and my inner teenager. My safe space has been taken away.
Yeah.
It feels very confusing.
Yeah. And I want to help you own these feelings a little bit more. I feel homeless. Both physically and emotionally. I feel like there's no going back home. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay to let that come up.
Thank you. I feel like I'm being punished. And I also feel like I need to fight for my right to have my own individual life and experience and like my autonomy is being threatened.
Was there a time in your childhood where you felt a similar energy as this? Because you said this feels like the inner child and the inner teenager.
Yeah, definitely can relate these feelings to living with my mom. But I had this like safe space to go to at that time. So those feelings were already like relatively temporary.
Yeah.
But now it's pretty deep.
And was the safe space your grandpa?
My grandpa and our family house.
Yeah. And just for context, what was going on with your mom that made that space feel unsafe for you?
There was abuse by my biological father in my mom's house. And then my mom she has special needs. And one of her quirks or diseases, however you want to look at hoarding, and that caused a lot of discomfort. Like, since I can remember, like it was always a very uncomfortable feeling in my house.
Yeah.
And my grandparents lived very close, and so their house was like an oasis for me. Just like normalcy at their house and then complete dysfunction at my mom's house.
And when you said my family home, did you mean your grandparents' house? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, is there a particular memory or more of an overarching energy or theme that feels resonant with this? Like the ground is breaking up, I'm homeless, like I don't have a home to go to. I feel punished, like I have to fight for my autonomy.
I'd say the memory is just feeling secure at my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
And not having to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Not having to worry about abuse, not having to worry about not being fed, not having to worry about like clutter, and space, just feeling comfortable physically in a space. Just like a lot of love there.
Yeah. Let's just take a breath here. And I also just want to give permission for any of this emotion or energy to be felt. If there's anything that you're avoiding feeling, it's okay to be here right now. Yeah. And staying with that, it's really good. It's completely allowed. And about how old are you in this memory of feeling like you maybe need to escape to your grandparents to find security, safety, spaciousness?
I think the earliest I can place it is probably as a preteen. 11, 12, 13.
Yeah.
When I was going to other friends' houses and kind of having this awareness of the dynamics in other people's houses and between their parents. And I think that's when I really started to recognize that my life didn't look like that when I was at home.
Yeah, that it's like as children, we just assume that what our life is how life is because that's what we know. And then when we start to see, oh, people do live differently, things are different.
And I like that better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it's like we start waking up.
Right.
Hi, babe. Coming in here to say that if you like my energy, if you vibe with my teachings, get on my newsletter list. Some people use their newsletter as like a glorified sales page. Mine is more like an intimate look into my life, into my deepest teachings. It is where I share my heart. It is where I share my greatest insights and really my daily curriculum of what I'm learning. I bring that directly to you in your inbox. So go to the show notes and we can connect.
Even something as, like chores. Like I wanted chores, but I also wasn't like allowed to clean the house.
Oh, wow.
So just, lots of layers there.
Yeah, a lot of layers. So I want to zoom out a little bit. We could go more deeply into this memory and working with this younger part, resource her, bring her some safety. Or we could focus more on what is currently happening in your family dynamic. Is there one that feels intuitively like what you need right now?
I feel like the current.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my sense as well. I think that we can do some resourcing with your little one, but my sense is that she kind of, like, she actually does have a safe space. And we can resource her some, we can be with her, and then we'll focus more on this current situation. Yeah. So let me just tune in. Yeah, what's interesting is that what you said earlier is like really ringing in my mind, the betrayal. With your littler one, did she have that sense of betrayal, or is that a newer experience?
Definitely newer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me more about what is causing you pain in this situation with your family currently.
Yeah, I keep going back to this feeling of not feeling honored. And kind of, it sounds a little selfish when I say it out loud, but kind of like the one thing I was asking for was just like dismissed.
And what was that one thing?
For the house to stay in our family.
Okay.
For the house not to be sold.
Yeah.
And it was just sold last week. I found out through Facebook.
Oh. Yeah, really good. Breathe into that. Ride that wave. You're doing good. Whose decision was it to sell the house?
That's a complicated story as well. Ultimately, it was my grandma's decision. But she was put in a position of insecurity in her own ways that made her feel like she needed to go through with it.
Okay. This might be a loaded question.
Love it.
Why did you believe that the house should not be sold?
I was told for a long time that it would go to me. It was spoken on many times between me and my grandparents. And I guess I just felt like I never had to worry about it. It just felt like normal, you know, like the house is important to everybody. I wanted to be involved in, you know, making sure that it stayed in the family.
Was there like an overarching reason why it was decided that it would be sold?
So the house got put in a living trust for me under my grandma. My aunt stole money to invest in a house that her husband that we met at her wedding is building. And that put my grandma in a very insecure place. If you know my grandma, money is the most important thing to her. She's worked very hard to make sure that money is there. It's her love language. It's like the only way she shows like support.
Yeah, safety is what I'm hearing is really important to her.
Yes.
And I'm also hearing that she feels unsafe.
She feels
a lot
unsafe
of the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Just getting context here.
Absolutely. I mean, it's quite the web. It deserves context.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And who did you have to cut out, or, you know, quote unquote, have to cut out?
Yeah. I cut access to me from my aunt, this aunt, and my grandma.
Okay. And how does that make you feel?
I'm disappointed. I wouldn't say it doesn't feel right, because it does feel like I'm standing up for myself and I'm standing up for, you know, I'm backing up what I've said and the boundaries that I placed. I do have this feeling of like wanting my grandpa's blessing for it, because it's a huge deal. We have a very small family, and I only have relationship with my mom, my grandma, and my
Did you
aunt.
say wanting your grandma's blessing?
My
grandpa's blessing. Yeah, and he's passed, right?
Yes. So I almost wish like I had somebody on my side to be like, this is okay.
Yeah. Okay. So your ego isn't going to like this, the remainder of this coaching session. Because now that I have this information, I'm seeing that what is hurting you the most is this thought that the house shouldn't be sold. This belief shouldn't have been sold. Are you willing to take that through an inquiry process?
Sure.
Okay. And for context, when we're questioning the mind and doing inquiry, with that conflict that I shared with you earlier, that is like my first line whenever I'm experiencing conflict, because the mind is intense. The mind will hold on for dear life to its position. And if we're really aware and awake to what the mind is doing, we realize that it's hurting us way more than it's hurting anyone else.
Absolutely.
And even our perception that it's hurting someone else is hurting us. And when we're questioning the mind, we're not doing it with an agenda. We're not doing it so that you'll believe X. We're doing it so that you can actually see what is true for you. Beyond a thought, beyond a belief, clearing the mind, allowing your truth to come in. Because the ego speaks first and the ego speaks loudest.
Totally.
And it may very well be that we go through this process and you say that I still don't want my grandma and my aunt to be in my life at this time. And that's okay. That still gets to be your decision. Or you might say, you know what? I want to start building some kind of new relationship or amends with them. And that also gets to be okay. That doesn't take away from the pain that you felt. And that's not like a self-betrayal to make that decision. So just prefacing it with that. Inquiry is so powerful for me. It is, I think it's the medicine that most of this world, I say most just because I don't like saying like absolutes. All of this world needs inquiry.
Yeah.
Because the mind is like a steel trap door when it believes what it believes.
Right.
And we don't really have a say in that a lot of the time. We don't usually have a say in what we believe. It's just what we believe.
Sure.
So this is giving you your power back to actually have a say over what is my truth? What isn't my truth? What do I really want? So give me a few thoughts around this scenario. One I'm hearing is that the house shouldn't have been sold. That seems like a pretty strong one. Are there other related thoughts around this, like beliefs that the mind is holding on to? My grandma betrayed me, maybe.
I should have been a part of the conversation. And I should have been talked to directly about the progress of the selling of the house.
Yeah, like I should have been included. It's okay to be dramatic, truly.
I know, trying to filter.
Yeah, when people are used to inquiry, those are the people that have the most dramatic thoughts that they're questioning because they're no longer filtering the mind.
Right.
Like one of the thoughts that I wrote yesterday, which anyone, this might sound like a huge contradiction to everything I'm about, but this is just what happens when you're no longer judging the mind and judging the ego. I was like, I want to kill them.
I love it.
And it's like, no, I don't actually want to.
Right.
But the mind is like, all it knows is attack.
Yeah.
And separateness and fear. And that's why we put the mind on paper and question the thought.
Seriously. Okay. I believe that my aunt should have been held accountable for her actions. And this is not the only one I think she should have been accountable for. I think her unaccountability has been like multiple catalysts to this, I mean, ginormous thing that has now impacted everybody.
You probably, I would recommend doing an entire Judge Your Neighbor worksheet on your aunt. A Judge Your Neighbor worksheet is The Work by Byron Katie. Have we talked about Byron Katie before?
I feel like we have.
Her work is so powerful. Literally listening to her book, 1,000 Names for Joy, is my Xanax.
I love that.
It is.
Need that.
It is. I put it on and I'm like, like I'm immediately like transcending planes of reality as I'm listening to her. I've probably listened to that book eight times at this point. So highly recommend that book to everyone. And this is, all of her work is about questioning the mind, is about getting free from the mind. Judge Your Neighbor worksheet is one of her work is literally called The Work, and that's kind of an umbrella term for the different worksheets that she has. It's Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, Judge Your Body worksheet, and One Belief at a Time. So we will, in like honor of our time today, we will be working with one of these thoughts deeply, but I would recommend in your own homework to, and I can send you the PDF for this, filling out an entire worksheet of the Judge Your Neighbor, because I feel like I sense that there's like a lot of animosity towards this aunt, and it's causing you pain.
I know we've talked about her before.
Yeah.
She's a pain in my ass.
Yeah.
But, you know, I did want to mention, like, I have gone back and forth about, like, identifying my ego in this situation of, like, especially of deciding to cut communication, you know, like, am I avoiding? Am I just running away from this? Or am I actually doing something that is, like, or am I protecting myself in like an unnecessary way? Or am I actually doing something that I need to do to move forward? So there's been a lot of like delegation there for sure. But
yeah, it's difficult when the mind will take every position. The mind's the victim, the mind's the attacker. The mind is like, it's on their side, it's on your side. It's really just looking for a place to rest. And that's what I find through inquiry.
Yeah.
It allows the mind to
rest.
So what I'm hearing, more than the house shouldn't have been sold, it is more of the betrayal of like, I should have been part of the conversation. And probably even the belief that I wasn't part of the conversation. I bet we could explore that as well. And my aunt should have been held accountable. Is there one of those statements that feels like the most charged for you?
That I wasn't a part of the conversation.
In scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like super charged and grippy, how strongly is the mind believing this thought? I wasn't a part of the conversation.
Oof. Full 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. So let's close the eyes. And this is a form of meditation. My first question, is it true?
No.
Okay, that was quick. You found the no within you. What happens and who are you when you are operating from the position of, I wasn't a part of the conversation?
I'm angry and I feel like a child. I am a child.
Yeah. And keep going with it. Looking out of the lens of this thought.
I feel like it gives me the evidence I've always needed to not say anything in the first place.
And what do you do with that evidence? When you're believing the thought that I wasn't a part of the conversation.
I'd say I use the evidence to keep my own story.
Yeah, sounds like you defend, feel defensive.
I feel kind of bitter.
Good.
I feel like it took a lot of practice and work for me to initiate conversations about it and about how it made me feel and about what I would like,
Yeah.
that it feels like very defeating.
Yeah, you feel defeated. Yeah, this is really good. It's amazing how much one thought influences our feelings, behaviors, sensations in the body. I would guess that you feel those knots in your stomach, maybe a closed heart space.
Lots of tension. Lots of like egoic poking in my mind. I feel dishonored too. Is something that I've been coming up with. Is like, I don't feel like my well-being is honored. I don't feel like my wisdom and experience is being honored.
Yeah.
Almost like I have nothing to offer
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah. What the word that just came in was like undervalued. You're not being valued.
I also feel like I'm also single-handedly trying to protect the sanctity of what my grandpa would have wanted.
Yeah.
It all makes me feel angry that he's the one that's gone.
Yeah. Really good to notice. I mean, really good.
Yeah, man. I put retinol right here and I'm just scrunching my face.
It's a good reason to question the mind.
Seriously?
Fewer wrinkles.
Restful mind, less wrinkles.
Yeah, peace for anti-aging.
Honestly, I know that like
It's a new market I should get into.
I have like early wrinkles from being like, what the fuck is happening around me all the time.
Yeah.
So just rub those out a little bit.
Okay.
Yo, I also feel abused. Like emotionally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's where like the punishment thought comes from too.
Yeah. Okay, really good. So there's anger, defensive,ness, bitterness, feeling defeated, tension, dishonored, undervalued, and then what?
Damn.
You're like, oh shit, that was all.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so it's like when we write it down on paper,
Yeah.
which when you're in your own practice, this is what you'll do.
No wonder why
It's
it feels
like-
so heavy.
Oh, I wonder why I couldn't like come to a place of peace with this.
Right.
Because these thoughts
Yeah.
create so many feelings.
Right.
Thoughts create feelings, and then we take action from those feelings. So feelings create behavior. This is why it's like I love somatic processing. I love deep dive emotional healing, like eat that for breakfast. But if we're not questioning thoughts, all of that is going to be replayed and repeated. Those wounds are going to come back because we haven't questioned our belief system.
Right. And then they gain roots. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I almost imagine the metaphor of like you're taking the trash. You're constantly like taking the trash out, but you're not doing anything to like not make the piles of trash.
Yeah. You're just chucking them in your garage.
Like, oh,
Yeah. You're taking them out, but you're like keeping them.
yeah, and it's a maybe like a little animal's like bringing them back in or something.
Like peace.
Okay, let's identify this part of you that is feeling all of these thoughts so intensely, or feeling all of these feelings and thinking this thought that I should have been a part of the conversation, or no, it's I wasn't a part of the conversation.
Right.
And this can be like a past version of you, or this can be an inner aspect. I've even done it like, this is my sad girl, this is insecurity, this is overwhelm, this is anger, like any name works.
I'd say like, this is like fresh grief, girl. Like, it feels like a death. And it feels like a death of like, I always say my grandpa was the person who held the other half of like most of my memories. And now like both parts of that vessel are gone. So very much feels like his death again.
Yeah.
Which was not a fun place to be in the beginning.
Yeah. And I wonder if there was a part of you who thought that by keeping this house and holding on to it, that you were somehow closer, had more access to your grandpa.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you know, being able to share that with like my future family.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay to just take a minute to feel that.
Thank you.
Yeah. What does it feel like, this part of you, this fresh grief part? What does it feel like she really wants by offering you this thought that we weren't a part of the conversation, we should have been a part of the conversation? What does she really want as she's using that strategy?
I think she wants to go back in time.
And how would she feel if she were able to go back in time?
I would tell my grandpa to write that shit down.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me I get the house, write that shit down, you know?
And how would she feel?
Insecure.
Hi, babe. I'm coming in here to say that if this healing process and conversation is inspiring you, opening your heart, moving you, it's time that we work together. With me by your side, you will become your best partner, parent, lover, and friend. I'll help you heal from your past, unlock what's possible for you, and embody authenticity, confidence, and peace that isn't conditional to good things happening. In the show notes, you'll find the application for private coaching. Fill that out, and I'll let you know if I genuinely think that I can serve you with where you're at and where you're wanting to go. I can't wait to see who you become. So for the next 90 seconds, I want you to close your eyes. And if it feels right for you, put a hand on the heart or a hand on the belly. And bringing to mind the security and the safety that your little one always felt when she was with her grandpa. And giving that security and safety to this part of you right now. And when the heart opens, tears flow. It's normal. And if you'd like, I can offer you a few words to say to this part. Or you can just be with her.
I think words would be nice.
Yeah, okay. I know that you don't feel safe.
I know that you don't feel safe.
I know that you don't feel secure and like people are hearing you.
I know that you don't feel secure and like people are hearing you.
And I know you want to change things. You want to shift reality so that you'll feel safe.
I know you want to change things and shift reality so that you feel safe.
And I want you to know that your safety comes from me.
And I want you to know that your safety comes from me.
You are safe with me.
You are safe with me.
I'm here. I'm with you. And I'm not leaving.
I'm here. I'm with you. And I'm not leaving.
And breathe that in. Is that being received by this part?
100%.
Yeah, good. Is there anything that this part wants to say in return?
Just that this part sees me working really hard to create what I feel like I've lost.
Yeah.
And they're hopeful and knowing that we're going to get there.
Yeah, so let's speak from her. I'm hopeful and I know that we're going to get there.
I'm hopeful and I know that we're going to get there.
Yeah. And if she's feeling this way again in the future, even as you walk out of this podcast studio, is it okay that she lets you know that she's feeling unsafe or insecure?
Yes,
Yeah.
always.
And how will you be with her in those moments?
I'll listen to her. And remind her that she's safe with me.
Yeah. Is there anything else right now that you want her to know or that she wants to say to you?
I think we both feel satisfied there,
Yeah.
like connected.
Now, how do you show up in life, particularly in relationship with your grandma, with your aunt, with this part secured? This one's a little tricky.
She said, bye.
She's like, okay, peace.
Oh, can you repeat the question?
Coming from this place of safety, when she's getting her needs met, how do you show up in your life? How do you show up when it comes to your grandma and your aunt?
She shows up from a place of no.
And it doesn't have to be the freaking
No.
Buddha
No.
out here, okay? We want it to come from an authentic place.
Oh, God.
It doesn't have to be like, I run into their arms and we love each other. See what's actually authentic. See what actually changes.
So from a place where I'm giving myself the security.
Yeah. When you're safe, when you're secure, what changes?
I feel like I kind of become Xena, and I am saying, I understand, but I don't accept. And so you shall not pass. Right? It feels like they're a liability to my safety. I feel like, I don't know if this is ego, but I feel like nothing changes. It feels like I've tried and I have to drop the weight because I can't pull it for everybody.
So bring back that sense of safety. You are with yourself. I've got you, baby. I'm here. I am your source of safety. And I'm not leaving.
I feel really blocked here.
Yeah.
I'm picturing my current self like has my little self on her hip. And it's like my first inclination is to say, like, we're not going to look to anybody else for safety.
Yeah.
And that I'm not going to let anybody jeopardize the safety that we have.
Let's slow that one down. If you are sourcing safety from within, does anyone have dominion over that? Can someone take that away from you if it's not sourced or given by them?
I like want to say no, but I also want to say yes.
Yeah. And honoring that in the past, it has felt like other people have taken security from you.
Yeah, which is what it feels like right now.
And when we're sourcing safety from the world and from other people, that's a difficult place to be. That's a hard way to live.
Yeah. It's inconsistent.
It's inconsistent, it's unstable, it's fleeting, and then we have to control other people to make sure that they show up in a certain way so that we're okay. We have to control life and reality to make sure that we're quote unquote safe. But it's actually creating the experience of being unsafe.
Right.
Because with this thought, I'll reiterate to you, with the thought that we're working with, there was anger, defensiveness, defeatedness, feeling abused, feeling dishonored. Does that feel like safety to you? If the actual desire for this part is to feel safe, is it working?
No.
And what does work? What have you noticed in this session so far? What did help you feel safe?
Reassuring myself.
And that's good news.
That's what we want.
That's what we want. Because no one has power over that. No one can take that.
I just feel like that leads me to have another belief, or have like the same belief of I like can't have them in my life.
And it's true that your relationship might change with them. That it might, the template of it might look different. And that's okay. And it's also okay if, like, this is only one thought that we've questioned. If we went through the entire network of thoughts here, this would really shift for you. I imagine thoughts literally like a fishnet. When we question one, it's like we snip one little part of the net, and then we snip another, and then we snip another every time that we take a thought through inquiry. So I don't want you to have any like blame or self, feeling like let down, or like I wasn't able to get there, I wasn't able to do it. This is just one thought. Yeah. And you can't be accepting before your time. You can't be compassionate. You can't be loving before your time. It just doesn't work.
Heard.
So it's really okay if this part is like, you know what? I still don't want them in my life. It still doesn't feel safe. It feels safe to be with you. You're talking to yourself. But I'm not ready to address that conversation right now. Okay. We accept the resistance. We don't ever fight against resistance, but we might ask it questions. Is this true? Is it true that if you talk to them, you wouldn't be safe? Is it true that XYZ, whatever the resistance is believing, is it true that they would threaten our security? Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, we're going to do two things to wrap this up. One is flipping the thought that I wasn't a part of the conversation. This might be difficult, and that's okay. The opposite of this thought would be, I was a part of the conversation. How is there truth to that?
That they know how I felt. I was very clear with that.
Yeah.
And they know that I was willing to accommodate to make it work.
Yeah.
So I did all I could do, which was communicate.
You were in their minds, you were in their hearts, at least to some degree, because they knew. And your grandma still made the decision that she made. Which I'm sure that wasn't easy for her. And she probably knew the consequence.
She did.
Yeah. I want to do a few rounds of compassionate self-forgiveness. I forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding that I wasn't a part of the conversation.
I forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding that I wasn't a part of the conversation.
And what's the truth?
The truth is that I created the conversation.
Yeah.
But just didn't get the outcome that I was hoping for.
Yeah. I forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding that I know what outcome would have been best. Ooh.
Okay. I forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding that I knew what outcome would be best. The truth is that what's best for me is not best for everybody.
Beautiful. Yeah. I know that wasn't easy to say.
Ooh, it stung a little bit.
I forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding that I had to have that house to be able to share that love and those memories with my future family.
I forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding that I had to have that house to share the memories and that love with my future family. The truth is that I hold the memories and the love.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. You are that love.
I am that love.
Yeah. And just one more. I forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding that my safety comes from other people.
I forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding that my safety comes from other people when the truth is it comes from myself.
Yeah. And that safety that can't be taken, can't be altered. It's yours.
It's mine,
Yeah. Do you have a takeaway to leave our listeners with and for you to walk away with?
Oh, gosh. You're a miracle worker. I always feel immediately impacted after and during my time with you. So thank you.
Thank you. I can only take someone as deep as they're willing to go. I can't open a closed mind. I can't open a closed heart.
I feel like you give me a safe space to let go of my ego.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that because it's hard to do on your own.
Yeah.